Hello everyone! Greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Today I have prepared for you red flags that she is using you. And the first red flag that she is using you. She chooses all the places for your dates, and if you suggest something else, she freaks out. Of course, there can be a situation when a gentleman, for example, suggests to go out to a coffee shop or to a tiny place that is usually frequent by students, so it is not first date appropriate, it is too loud, it is not fancy enough for her to wear her dress, and for example, she has bought a new dress for a date with you. If this is the case and you are just a cheap date, then chances are high she will just cancel this date and she will forget about you at all. But if you suggest a nice place which you find reasonable and this place is fancy enough, or for example, you suggest an activity and she keeps saying no and she keeps insisting on going only to this place or doing only this, then this is a big red flag. But if she keeps insisting on choosing a place in the outskirts of the city where you have to drive like 30-40 minutes and you are the only visitors there on Saturday or Sunday night, well, I give you like 95% guarantee that she is ashamed of you. She doesn't want to be seen with you because she finds you not attractive enough for her. She finds you not tall enough for her. Maybe she finds you too old. And she doesn't want to be seen with you. She is ashamed of you. So this is why she's choosing these places somewhere well hidden. And whenever you suggest something in the downtown, she said that, no, I don't want to go there. I only want to go to this place. So if she insists on going to this exact place and it is in the middle of nowhere, I would say that this is a huge red flag. So basically she has just agreed to go out with you to have a meal because she doesn't want to cook, and at the same time she doesn't want to be seen with you because she definitely doesn't want her family and friends to find out that she's going out with men to have a meal. Or maybe she is a cousin of the owner of a dating service if you are using one, especially if it is a tiny marriage agency, and she is fulfilling her family duties by going out with you, and same scenario, she doesn't want to be seen with you because she is ashamed of you. Anyway, it is not a good scenario. So if she keeps insisting on going to this exact place, this is a red flag. If she really wants to meet you, it won't matter to her to which restaurant to go. If it is a restaurant in the downtown and it is quite easy to get there. Of course, if you have chosen something in the middle of nowhere, it can be a problem. Or for example, if it is a place in Kiev and she knows that traffic will be very heavy there, if there is a reason why she suggests other places, well, it can be not a red flag. But if she insists on only this place and nothing else, this is a red flag. The second red flag, she asks to pay for her taxi to get to the date. Well, if she is like 15 or 20 years younger than you are and she is like this sugar babe type, then of course she expects her sugar daddy to spoil her rotten, and she can demand paying for her taxi or maybe even for her dress so that she can wear it on a first date with you. Well, why are you even surprised? If she's 20 years younger and she's looking for a sugar daddy, then she has chosen you, or she is making this casting to choose you because she expects you to foot her bills. Why on earth should a much younger girl choose a guy who could be her daddy? Well, because you have been to Aerosmith concert in 1994? I don't think that's the reason. Anyway, but if she has asked you to pay for her taxi to go on a first date with you, unless you are looking for a sugar babe, I would recommend not to go out with this girl. She should really get over herself. If she is going on a date with a guy, I have no doubt she can afford a taxi. If she can't afford a taxi, she can take a metro. If she can't afford a metro, what is wrong with her? Anyway, she is not your responsibility. Dating is not the same as adoption. Are you going to date her or are you going to adopt her? The red flag number 3. During the whole date, she was charming, she was flirty, but at the end of the date, she's telling you that you have to pay for her taxi she has taken to get to the date and for her taxi to get back home. And she tells you that you can send money to her account or you can give her cash. Well, that's a red flag. Of course, I have heard about situations when the gentleman himself has suggested to pay for taxi and he's telling a lady that, oh, you have taken a taxi here, I want to cover that expense. And then the gentleman feels offended that the lady has said yes. Well, if you have suggested it and she was too polite to say no, why do you feel offended? Don't suggest things like that. But if you are not suggesting to cover her taxi expenses, it's not your responsibility to do it. 4. She is ordering a takeaway. Of course, if you have suggested her to order a dessert and to take it with her so that she can have it in the morning, this is sweet and this is a nice touch. But if you are having a meal and then she starts ordering desserts, pizzas for herself, for her parents, for her kids, or for the babysitting, for her friends, it's not your responsibility to foot the bill for other people. Like, you don't even know this girl. It has been just one date. 5. She has arrived on a date with her friend, with her mother, with her child, maybe with her brother, with a bunch of other people. Well, she is either crazy or she is there just for food and she has brought her friends, her family to have some free food as well. Guys, this can happen if you start chasing ladies who are like 20, 30 years younger. If she lives in a hostel, she can bring her roommate and claim that this is her sister or this is her best friend, and you know what, she's also hungry. Of course, she won't tell that she's also hungry. She can tell you that, oh, I won't feel safe with a guy on a date, so I need a chaperone. Like, really? And the red flag number 6. Of course, there is this group of girls who believe that just because they're young and pretty, guys have to buy them things. Well, if you constantly attract such women and therefore you believe that all women are materialistic, then you should change your dating strategy and you should change your priorities. Why do you keep choosing ladies like that? Because the majority of women, they are proud, especially in Ukraine, and they would never ever demand a gift or ask for a gift, even when they are in a relationship. And of course, definitely not on the first or a second date. There also can be a scenario when a 53 years old is chasing a 27 years old, and right on the first date, she is telling him that she wants this or that, or she likes these shoes, or she wants a new iPhone. Well, if she is a sugar baby type and she is looking for a sugar daddy, she tries to test the water if you can qualify as a sugar daddy. She wants to show you her level of preferences. And what did you expect? If you are 53 and she is like 27 or 28, did you really think that she wanted to go out with you because you have been around when Soviet Union has collapsed? Definitely no. 7. She has asked for the gas for her car. Some women are so entitled that they think just because she is young and beautiful, or simply beautiful, pretty often not very young to be honest, she feels that the world owns it to her, that all guys have to pay for everything because she's pretty. Sometimes such women do call our agency and they even ask if we will pay them for providing us with their pictures, and we usually answer that they have mixed the company. We are not only fans or Natasha Samson website or whatever they call them, and we tell them that we introduce people who are marriage oriented and who are looking for serious relationships, and usually such ladies, they don't understand it, and then they say something like, oh, but do you at least pay for meeting your clients? No, we don't do it. So you have mixed escort with professional matchmaking service. Sometimes such girls say that at least you have to do me a professional photo shoot. No, why should we do professional photos? Why should we pay for it for a girl we have never met who hasn't paid us anything? So we work with ladies for free. They join our database for free, but you have to bring your own photos. You get a free consultation with a professional psychologist, and you also have a chance to talk to a professional matchmaker. And if you qualify as a match to one of our clients, and if he matches your criteria, then you will get a chance to go out on a date with our client, and you will do it for free. You won't pay the matchmaker for it. We always tell the ladies that we can't guarantee them the exact number of dates, and we can't guarantee that we will call in 2 weeks or even in 6 months, because we don't know if we will be approached by a gentleman who is looking for your type. And there is no guarantee that this gentleman will match your criteria, because not only gentlemen are choosing ladies, ladies are choosing gentlemen as well. So when the lady approaches us and, for example, she doesn't speak English, we honestly tell that at the moment most of our clients are looking for someone who speaks at least basics. So if you learn some language, you can call us. We will know that now you qualify as a match with some limited English. For example, if the lady is very tall, I have many very beautiful ladies who are over 1 meter and 80 centimeters in our base, and it is hard to match them because during last 2 years, most of the clients we got they are of average height, so we didn't get many clients who are over 1 meter and 90 centimeters. And these tall ladies, very often, they claim they are not open to date someone who is their height or who is shorter, because they love their high heels. So if the lady has suggested to pick you up at the airport, and then she is taking you to the gas station and she is asking you to pay for her gas, this is a huge red flag. Do not go out with her. She is not interested in you at all. So when some ladies approach our agency and they start demanding things like paying for her taxi to get her to the date, or paying for her photo shoot, we say no. We simply do not register them in our database. There will be plenty of decent, really relationship-oriented women. I understand that gentlemen fall for beauty, but beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. And if she has started demanding gifts, asking for money for her gas or for taxi, drop this communication. Do not waste your time. Choose someone decent. The red flag number 8. She suggests to go shopping right after the date or instead of the date. Shopping is a great activity, but not when you know each other for 2 hours. It's way too early for that. Of course, if she is 25 years younger and she's looking for a sugar daddy, why not? Good for her. And I have prepared for you more red flags. I will read them really quickly. I won't even stop on them because I'm sure you know them. So pretty much she's telling you that her phone has just broken and she wants you to help her fix it or to buy a new one. Or she's ordering the most expensive dish in the menu, or she is just bluntly asking a waiter what is the most expensive dish, and she is ordering it not only in the restaurant but also as a takeaway. Also, she's texting to someone through the whole date. Of course, some people are just not polite and they think it is okay to be texting, especially the younger generation. I've been conducting interviews with several ladies in their early 20s for our male clients in their middle 20s. And it is such a huge turn off when she sits in front of you and she's texting to someone while answering your questions. That's plain rude. But if you are on a date with a woman and she's not 21 or 22 and she's constantly texting to someone, or she's using Facebook, it can mean that she's bored, she's not interested in you at all. Well, maybe you are really a very boring date and pretty much she won't agree for the second date with you. But if the dates, in your opinion, went well and out of a sudden she has started texting to someone, and after she has texted, her friend has showed up, or her sister has showed up, or her mother has showed up to order some food, these are red flags. And another red flag, right on the first date or the second date, she starts planning romantic getaways with you and she suggests going to Bali or to Maldives. You know her like for 5 hours in total, and she already is suggesting to book this luxurious vacation. Of course, you will be the one paying for it and you will be the one taking her there. And some more red flags for you. She's asking about your current income. Wow, that's really smooth. And that's her birthday. For sure, she is meeting you on her birthday night, or her birthday was just the day before, or it will be tomorrow, and she suggests you to buy her a gift. Really? Do some people believe in that? The next red flag, and usually guys actually like this one, they fall for this one. She is all over you. This is your first date and she's touching you, she's kissing you, she's telling you that she loves you. She has been looking for you her whole life. Like, really? After 30 minutes of date or even 2 hours of date? Guys, that's a huge red flag. And another red flag, you have been corresponding with her for several months. For example, you have met at this paperless dating site or maybe on Facebook, and she arrives on a date with an interpreter. And all this time you have been thinking that she is the one writing you these letters, writing you these emails, and she tells you that, you know what, my English is not very good, so this is Tamara, she will be our interpreter, and you will have to pay her like $40 per hour. Another red flag regarding this Tamara interpreter. She and your date are talking a lot in Russian, and the interpreter doesn't bother to translate these conversations to you, even though you're the one paying her. Of course, if you are meeting a Ukrainian lady and her English is limited, and she has told it to you from the start that her English will be limited, and sometimes ladies are really too optimistic about their level of English. We have faced it a few times when the lady tells us that, oh, I don't need an interpreter, I will go out with him on a date and I will understand him and he will understand my English. And then when our manager is introducing a lady to a gentleman, our manager has actually to stay there and to translate the date, because the lady can hardly understand his English. Or for example, she understands his English, but she feels mute, she's not talking at all. If you have planned it that there will be an interpreter with you, and if you know from the start that she is not fluent, and she worries about your language skills, and you have agreed that there will be an interpreter, this is not a red flag. But if you have been talking to her for 6 months and she has never mentioned it, that she doesn't speak English, this is a huge red flag. And another big red flag, she starts bad-mouthing the dating agency that has introduced you to her. If she hates this agency so much, if she is not happy with the service, why she is with them? Once the gentleman has shared a story with me. He went to Kiev and he has taken several dates with a local dating agency, and one of the ladies, right on the date, she has told him that that agency is really bad and they are not decent and they are liars. She didn't specify with any examples what that agency in Kiev actually did, but the gentleman has decided to cut ties with that agency. He ended up dating, as he has called it, that lady. Anyway, this gentleman has traveled to Ukraine, to Kiev, like 3 times, and every time he has taken that girl shopping, and of course they went eating to very expensive places. He has left her some cash. He has paid for her language classes because she has claimed that she wants to improve her English for him. He also has paid for her driving lessons because she said that once she will relocate to UK to be with him, she will need to know how to drive a car. And also he has paid for her foreign passport, even though it actually costs maybe like $30 or $40 to pay that fee to get that passport, so it doesn't cost $400. Anyway, that girl has used him for money, and pretty much I think why she wanted to cut the ties with that agency is because she didn't want that agency to tell the gentleman the truth. I don't know that. Maybe that agency was part of that scheme. I have no idea. But in my opinion, if the lady is not happy with the service of the agency, if she doesn't want to be a member, well, she shouldn't be. If you don't like something, you won't go out with their client. Guys, I hope it was useful. I had so much fun filming this one because each red flag I have heard so many times when gentlemen during our first consultations were sharing with me dating stories when they have neglected these red flags and they have fallen for a girl just because she's pretty, so much younger, and they have let those girls to fool them. I hope you won't be like that. I hope that you will be smart about your dating choices. I want to wish you lots of love. Svetlana Mukha, especially for Diolli.com, with love.